Baba said it even online that day. When he got there, they said his son died because of injection being administered to him by a nurse. So that same nurse was arrested, and she confirmed to the police as at that time, according to what the police told us with their press conference, that it was when she administered all these injection, all this medication, that the guy started vomiting, had goose pimples, and fainted. So that was why they arrested her. And then the guy that brought the nurse that's spending was arrested. Not because he directly killed him, because he was the one that introduced the nurse. And then there was a fight, according to them, at that party, which occurred between himself and his friend Prime. We remember how Prime came out and said his own part. That was why they arrested Prime. And they made them the 5 suspects. A lot of questions have been raised on that. And that is between the police and their job. That is not for us. Like I said, we social media people can shout from morning till night. They are not being taken as facts. These are just things that courts, the judge does not work with emotions. They don't work with our ranting. They work with facts and evidences before the courts. So, because they have done their own job, they are waiting for autopsy results. While still waiting, and we've had different versions, now we have 2 teams, football teams on social media, Wunmi versus Baba Mohbad. They are giving us content, social media personalities, content for them to hit badly on them. We have seen a lot going on. Baba Mohbad's vulnerability has been taken into account. Baba Mohbad's greediness has been taken into account. Wunmi's negligence has been taken into account. Wunmi's personal life has been taken into account. Wunmi's character has been taken into account. Do you understand? Ìṣekúṣe, Wunmi ṣaṣẹ́wó ní kékeré, Wunmi wọlé ọkọ ní 10 years, gbogbo ẹ̀ la ti ń sọ. Baba Mohbad ti jáde, Baba Mohbad sọ pé aṣẹ́wó ni Wunmi, kíní kan àti kò síta. Baba Mohbad lọ bóbìnrin sùn nílé ọmọ ẹ̀ àti gbé síta. Baba Mohbad lọ sign ní 75 or 25 àti gbé. So a lot of things ti lọ. Tí ó ti jẹ́ kí gbogbo ẹ̀ tiẹ̀ wá sú èèyàn pé, what are we really getting any justice at the end of the day? As at yesterday, after I finished my program, I got to even listen to some of the programs again, and I learned from them, like, you know, the way we always get another thing from another thing. Somebody, you know, calling into a show to say that, you know, and they played it there, that the police confirmed that Wunmi had the death certificate given to her by the hospital. I'm really surprised at that. I'm worried about that. And it's confusing, to say the least. Because the narrative we were given before was that they went to the hospital, the first hospital, when this guy fainted. They rushed him to that hospital. And 15 minutes later, they came out and said he was dead. That was the first hospital. They spent only 15 minutes there and they left. Because they wanted to reconfirm, they took him to another hospital. You remember there was one guy that came out and said in an interview with somebody that he saw Mohbad, he took picture with Mohbad, he snapped picture with Mohbad. We have been questioning that. Where is the guy? So if truly that didn't happen in the hospital, I didn't hear that from the police. I said, Yola, they said, like I told you that's why it's unbelievable, because we are not hearing. They said the police played it. I can't hear where the police played it, but they said they played it there. So that the police said she had a police report. And that's why I'm asking, how did she get the police report in the first place? Because if they took it, okay, I should take it with a pinch of salt. Okay, because if they went to the hospital and they only spent 15 minutes in that hospital, how come? How were they able to be to be given that police hospital death certificate immediately? Níbo ló ti gbà torí kò yé mi. When did police play any clip? I don't have any clip. So, do you understand? Who is saying Shekpetere? What is Shekpetere? Please, so don't bring that to this platform. This platform is full of educated individuals. Okay, please don't bring that in. John to be along. God bless you. He said Ibuku Adekule said it's probably after death, because you can only get death certificate after maybe you go to the local government. Here we go to the council and you get. So I guess she got it after that, because death certificate is not issued at the hospital. They don't issue death certificate at the hospital in the first place. For people that are even saying, let's even assume Wunmi has it. Let's assume she has it. Do you understand? Let's assume Wunmi has that death certificate. It wouldn't have been issued to her at the hospital. And then, because they said Baba was asking for reports, police report is different from death certificates. God bless you. Togbaski Bibi said the local government issues death certificates. So she would have gotten it from the local government. Okay. Yola said Nigeria Hospital will not give death certificate to brought in dead. Okay, the police preliminary said that death certificate was later on issued. Note, please emphasize on later. On later. Okay, ma or sir. So the police said it that inside that's what somebody said here. That the police confirms that the death certificate was issued later. All right. So that is the one they are now bringing out to the whole world. As of this morning, as of today, they are carrying it everywhere that Wunmi has death certificates, and she allowed her father-in-law to go around on that night to be looking for police reports, and that was why they didn't take him in any mortuary. For you mothers, for you fathers, for you parents, get one fact right. Truly, Baba Mohbad said he went to a police station to get police reports for them to be able to bury his son well. Number one, Baba had the intention of burying Mohbad the following day. Baba had the intention of burying Mohbad the following day or that day. I said it wouldn't have been that day, because Baba said they left Lekki around 10 o'clock. So he wouldn't have made any attempts to bury him that day. Where would they get Mosi? Where would they get everything? So I'm sure he was planning for the following day. But going to the police was for Baba to get police reports so that he would be able to bury his son. Not because he wanted it to keep Mohbad in a mortuary. Because you're mixing things up. You're saying that they denied Baba that police report because they wanted Baba to go and bury him immediately so that they will cover up evidences. No, Baba wanted that police report so that he would be able to bury his son, not because he wanted to have anything. No, he had no intention of doing any autopsy. Because that is the narrative they are giving out now, that Baba wanted to go to have that so that he will have his autopsy. Even they said all the Zilatans and all the boys were begging Baba for autopsy. Baba said, no, I'm going to bury him. So just for us to understand that fact, Baba o bere fún police reports nítorí pé wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe autopsy, wọ́n bere fún police reports láti mú dání pé táwọn bá lọ sí kó má bere question lọ́wọ́ àwọn. Òun ni Baba ṣe ṣe yẹn for people who do not understand that fact. Now, the certificate that you guys are now circulating, because I saw it on so many platforms today, that Wunmi has been hiding a lot. Why did Wunmi not tell us that in that car where the problem started from, that they had problem from Ilewon to the party? Of course, I heard about this one that they said Wunmi followed them to the party with Liam because they were already having arguments at home about traveling. So when she saw that the boys went into the car, confirmably, to the show, she quickly took her son because they've been having issues at home. They've been having fights, serious fighting. So she took her son along so that the fight can continue. And so they said she didn't tell us the whole thing, which, like I said, she owes me no explanation about what happens in a matrimonial home. She owes the police, the judge, the lawyers, that explanation of what really transpired between herself and her husband in her house and in the party or wherever they were. So if she has decided to keep some things from us, she might have her own reason. Or if she had decided to say at the inquest, I don't know, she must have had a reason. Because of course, she will have given enough evidence that can nail her or save her to the police. You have said a lot that the police has failed. Whichever way they have failed, I don't know. Because I know they did what they could do as at that time when Yabo and others stood up for this justice. They did not let our cries to be in vain. Because every day people started talking. We saw celebrities coming out. They opened an account for his son. Started donating. They did all they could. So, they arrested those that they will arrest. And they did all. Okay, they failed. Ibukwadekune said they failed woefully because they couldn't provide the autopsy. But they have explained to you, even the autopsy was supposed to have been read out on that day. According to them, you know, that the pathologists were not around. And that was why they postponed the inquest day for that guy. What's his name again? Hey, Prime Boy. You understand? So, we know the way it works here in Nigeria, in our country. And I would say, a lot of things happened even before the last inquest, where they thought, maybe they thought they were going to do they were going to read out the thing. But believe me, a lot of things have happened. For instance, the boys and the girl, that's the suspects, that are already in police custody, granting interviews when, you know, the case is still in court. Do you understand? Have you noticed that since Naira Marley and Sam Larry came out from prison, they are out walking around, doing charity, enjoying their lives? Have you ever seen them speak to anybody? No. Because they must have been advised by their counsels. Ibukun Adekunle, okay, where have they done any interview? Please, maybe you know what we don't know, Ibukun Adekunle. I have never seen them where they have granted any interview. So maybe if you had granted any interview, they would have been rearrested. Content of court, no man pay. Because so many things that you have to keep away from the general public that they will use as evidences, you have brought it out to the whole world. Immediately I saw that thing, I knew that it could be probabilities that they didn't read out the autopsy because a lot of things, you know, it will cause a lot of things, a lot of wahala. Maybe they're still looking for a way to do it. Because tempers are high. People are believing every statement that has been read out. No, okay, Ibukun Adekunle say, no interview, but they're already getting shows. I mean, Naira Marley. I'm not talking about shows. Their life continues. It's out. Do you understand? But of course, the case is still on. He will always attend courts, and I think they attend police. They report to the police every Wednesday or something. That does not stop their business. They can do their business. I'm talking about this particular case. Have you ever seen them granting an interview? No. Do you understand? Bennis said death certificate is different from police reports. Thank you so much. For them to accept the corpse at the morgue, police report will be needed, not death certificate. She wouldn't have even had that death certificate as at that very day. It's not possible. Kò lè ní death certificate ní ọjọ́ tí ọkọ ẹ̀ kú gangan. It is after that they will now go. It's like tababimo. It's not when you have a child that when you give birth to a child in the hospital, you don't get birth certificate on that day. You still have to go back to the council to get your birth certificate. So just like that, not only death certificate. After the death of a person, you apply for it, you go and get it. Do you understand? So people are saying that, why did she not tell Baba that she has death certificate and then she has the report? It's so funny anyway. So, that is that for them. Now, let's go back to Iyabo Ojo. Because of all these issues that we've had online, the issue of Baba Mohbad's problem with the wife, the son's wife, which has caused division between the two families. That's Mohbad's father and Wumi's family. The two families are like this now. When Iyabo took up this job, she didn't, I don't think she had the intention, I'm not in her mind, I don't think she had the intention of getting anything out of it. Because you remember during Baba Ijesha's case, there was no donation involved. And she stood out, she came out, she was like a mad person. But I feel that is her personality. That is who she is. So, when she came out for this one too, just the way she came out for Baba Ijesha, I guess she was basing it on the fact that she was successful in ensuring that voices were heard about Baba Ijesha's case. They heard the cries of the young ones that were being molested by Baba Ijesha. So she felt, oh, that was a successful project. Now, let me lend my voice for these young stars that their lives have been destroyed by substance and bullying, harassment, bad contracts within the industry. So, she came out and did that. Unfortunately for her, like people said, she didn't do it well. Maybe if Oriyomi Hamzat was the one that took this thing even from the scratch, he is definitely going to go through what Iyabo is going through today. I swear to God. Because remember, a house divided against itself, you cannot hold anything in it. Baba Mohbad, initially, when this thing happened, like I said, they came out to let us know that they had a problem in the family. All the Yomi Hamzat that people are shouting, are calling, during Timothy's case, and we are using that to say it was successful too, is because the family were together and they chose somebody as a family member to represent that family with Oriyomi Hamzat. The same thing will have happened to Oriyomi Hamzat, I swear, at Benson. Because family here were together bit àwọn Timothy Adegoke. Family le ti ya agbára. Owó ti bà wọ́n, ó ti yà wọ́n. Nǹkan ti yà wọ́n, ṣé you understand so many things. Unknown to Iyabo, Baba had grudges against his son's wife, which is between the two of them. Now, the mistake people are saying Iyabo made was the fact that she and all her people went straight to Mohbad's house to meet his widow and his mother. And they didn't carry Baba along. Iyabo came out to explain to the whole world that I went to greet Okpo, that's the widow, that she didn't even know Mama Mohbad was there. And then people now blaming Iyabo that she should have, used the same effort and energy to go and greet Baba in Beribe. And she came to explain that, Kokuku Ribe. How will I have taken Bugba senator here to say, okay, we still have another family to go and greet? Normally, when somebody dies, let's put sentiments apart. When a man dies, you go into his house where he was living with his wife, his mother, his father, if they were living together. Okikiola Akode said, no, the grudges came after Baba heard how much was donated when Mohbad died. Okay, I'm pinning that. So, do you get me? Immediately, so she said, no, she wouldn't have done that. Ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, even let's say ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, tí ọkùnrin bá kú nínú ilé, gbogbo àwọn èèyàn tó bá wá lọ kí, wọ́n máa lọ sínú ilé yẹn, lọ kí ọkùnrin tó ti fẹ́ yàwó, tó ní ilé tiẹ̀. We go there and greet ẹpẹ̀lẹ́ o, à ń kíyàwó, wọ́n á kí àwọn ọmọ. Bó jẹ́ pé ọkọ èèyàn ló kú, wọ́n máa wá síbẹ̀, wọ́n wá kí tó jẹ́ pé ìyàwó èèyàn ló kú, ọkọ ẹ̀ ló máa wálé wá kí. They don't go to the parents' house. Àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ parents will go to parents' house to greet them. That's if my mother was alive and my father, peradventure, ọ̀tá mi lose ọkọ ẹ̀. My father's people cannot come and greet me. They might decide to come and greet me, sorry. But my husband's friend cannot go and greet my father. They don't have any business with them. They will come and greet me at home. So exactly what Iyabo did, by bringing celebrities or all the celebrities themselves, going directly to greet the wife, to pay their condolence to the wife of the late man, his widow. You can blame her, but God sees everybody's heart. As at that time, she didn't know they had a problem so much like that. Until Baba called her and said, even before that time, you remember, it was Cute Abiola that came and was begging Baba, Baba, if you want us to get real justice, please, sir, come together and settle. We saw maybe Mohbad kneeling down to beg Cute Abiola, and Mama too was wearing black. And that was why you saw that Cute Abiola just did like this. mo yọwọ́ mi mo yẹsẹ̀ mi in ṣe mọ́ òun náà ó kọ sílẹ̀. But Yabo still pushed on. Even when people were still saying, and she came to explain to us that we didn't even know that Baba was already talking to her about property. And she explained to everyone, we pay, look, you are blaming me that I didn't go to see Baba. It's because of Ibisi Baba Ngbe. You remember what happened to Cute Abiola? It's very difficult for me, so I've gone there to see Baba. Our intention was not to sideline Baba in any way. Our intention was just to go and pay a condolence visit to the widow. But she said she got there and met Mama there. And because of the promise she has made that we will fight to finish. Remember this video. See what she said. She was not calling only Mama Mohbad. She was not calling only Yawo Mohbad. Look at her.
Mama Mohbad. Baba Mohbad eba sọ fún. Ah, lawyer wà nílẹ̀ o. Lawyer wà nílẹ̀ bí ìyẹ̀pẹ̀. A máa ṣẹjọ́ eléyìí o. Help me send a message to Baba Mohbad.
Dafun,
Mama Mohbad. Ìyàwó Mohbad àti gbogbo family Mohbad. Ẹ̀yin kọ́kọ́ lẹ ní Mohbad báyìí o. A máa ṣẹjọ́ eléyìí o. Lawyer wà nílẹ̀ o. Foundation wà nílẹ̀ o. We are going to fight this battle because we will see that he gets justice.
Did you hear that? That was the first time she came out to take on board this case. According to, bloggers and people speaking for Baba Mohbad now, they are saying she was close to Wunmi, that Wunmi was living under a lot of fabricated stories that I'm not interested because all those ones are just nasty things. Do you understand? But that was what our aim was. We are fighting for justice. And then, when she now went to Mama and to Mohbad's wife's house, and she started getting to know them, next thing Baba was saying, look, all I want now is, who is pressing red? Please help us to press love, likeness, please. Because if not, when they see that they are pressing red, they will think we're doing something bad and they might flag this show. Please help us to, please stop pressing red. If you have any displeasure, just walk away, please. Don't press red. It's not fair. You understand? It's not every time you like what the person is doing. If you don't like it, just waka pass. You get me? We are trying to educate ourselves here. You have educated yourselves by saying she has death certificate, she refused to let Baba know, and Baba was looking for where to bury, to put his son, and that was a very bad narrative of what you're selling out to people. Do you understand? Now, okay, Baba was asking for something else. Because according to Baba, his pain, one of his pains is that the fact that Mohbad bought 2 acres of land, and Wumi's family, we are trying so much to corner everything to themselves, which every parent might get annoyed with. I don't know. So Baba was not happy about that and told Yabo, okay, look, Yabo, one of the things, they will provide me the 2 acre of land, the documents. And he was like, okay, what is my business with that? All we are talking about is for the family to come together and let's do this justice together. But Baba said no, until I get the paper to that land, according to how. Because she said it online, live and direct. It's not as if we are hearing from third party. Yabo came to tell us what she discussed with Baba. Do you get me? That it's not about justice. Baba was asking for something else. And that was where the problem started from. This case was actually hijacked by people that had grudges with Iyabo. Fabricated a lot of lies, changed people's minds. Have we forgotten why she came out for this? Was she asking for money? She said no. Foundation, wow. She has a foundation. She has never come online to ask for money for even a foundation before in her life. I've never seen Iyabo asking for it. Maybe she has a way of getting her own money through a foundation. I don't know. But I've never seen Iyabo bringing out that Pinky Foundation. Please, can you help with Pinky Foundation? I've never seen it in my life. We have seen, you know, when I did for Lukeda Amola, she has a foundation. And she will bring out the account number. She will give it to us, help us to put it so that people can donate money. This person is sick. Baba is sick in the industry. We need money. So she solicits money for her foundation. Iyabo, okay, Iyaola said she did not monetize any of her social media platform. Initially, people said she had. She did. And she said it yesterday that she has no monetized Kini. So I've never seen her talk about her foundation, where this is now coming from. She wants to use the foundation to get money. She wants, please. And we, because they know how gullible we can be, once they sell an idea to us, we elaborate it and we make it look real. It's so unfortunate that we don't look deeply into things before we talk. No matter what, it's just like I said, it's always common sense. What is Iyabo's gain in this whole matter? Go to Tiwa Savage page. Did you ever see Tiwa talk about Mohbad? No. Because she wouldn't want to lose her relationship with the Malians. How many of these people, how many of these our hip-hop artists in Nigeria, how many of them have you seen them celebrate or talk about this justice for Mohbad? No. All the people that brought out their heads to fight for this case are the people we are attacking. We are attacking Iyabo Ojo, saying she wants money out of it. Saying she went to buy casket and she was smiling with Tontodike. She could to sunkuni. What is sukuntele? We all wanted transparency. So that was why they put camera on and they were showing us about everything they were doing at that casket place. None of them, Akire Nikendi, none of them. They are protecting their own relationship with the stars. But Iyabo said, no, I don't mind losing my relationship with anybody. I want to fight for justice for this guy. Even though she knew as at that time that it was not directly involved in his killing. But she saw all the videos of harassment and the confession from the boy himself. And that was why she stood up. And then testimonies from other young stars. Now, how many of them have you seen talk about it? Iyabo is that one now that made them assume his body. We have attacked her. We have attacked Tontodike. Let me tell you guys one thing. For every one of you that have been using this narrative of Tontodike wanted to do politics, that is why she got involved. She went to bring, we know she brought that kí ló kọ senator kí lẹ máa ń pè vibrator. You understand? Tonto Dike is not just in politics today. She has been doing politics for how many years now? Do you know how long Tonto Dike had moved to Abuja? Do you know how long? And they are selling it to you. People are, I saw somebody saying, Harry, I said, Tonto Dike, ó fẹ́ gbapò ni, ó fẹ́ lọ ṣe politics. Ìyá máa jẹ gbogbo yín, ìyá máa ṣe. I just, you know, I just laughed and said, ayé wa ti dá Nigeria ká má sọ mi. Tonto Dike has been in politics for how many years? I know she had even contested for deputy governor of Rivers, Abi Lukon. Àìmọye tó ti ṣe. She only moved to APC